Okay, everybody, today's date is July 8th, 2022, and my name is Leslie Williams. Now, I want you to pay very close attention to what I got to state in this video. I will be talking fast in this video because I'm time constrained right now. I got things pulling at me concerning my schedule. And, so I want to get into the meat and potatoes pertaining to this video. This video's got one subject matter. It's not a video to educate you about gang stalking. It's just got one subject matter, and I'm going to segue into that right now. Okay, so check this out. Now, I want to show you this area first. I can't show you too much of it because for legal, strategic, and security purposes. But I'm going to show you some landmarks. I'll show you that landmark right there, this landmark right here. Okay? Let's see what else can we show you. That's a pretty good landmark right there pertaining to how that tree looks. Alright. This tree right here is a pretty good landmark, even though we got some problems with lighting right now. It's a pretty good landmark. Okay? And let's just say that tree right there is a pretty good landmark. Okay? And you remember, you can always take snap screenshots from a video when you're watching it, if you're watching it on a phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here concerning... So let's use this tree right here as a reference point. So what I'm going to do is turn around directly from it, and now I'm facing the hill. Now, there's a hill up there. If you were to go to the top of that hill, and even though it's off a slope, but it's got about a 20-degree angle, until you get about maybe, let's just say, a nice 500-600 feet down, and then the slope starts to veer off into a 30-40 degree angle. But for at least 600 feet, it's at a 20-degree angle slope, so it's almost straight vertically down. That hill is massive. Okay. All right. Now, so let's say the hill is at least 2,000 feet. Okay. All right. So we're looking at a hill that's 2,000 feet. At least 500 to 600 feet of that is a 20-degree angle. Okay. And then it starts to get bigger because the hill becomes fatter. So then, therefore, that makes mostly the rest portion of it at least at a 35 to maybe 55 degree angle. Okay. So that's still pretty relevant. Okay. So we're looking at height related to a tapered slope, okay? Pertaining to the best type of dimensions I can give you, okay? Now this is important. Now, what you want to do is I'm going to go back over here again. I'm going to use this tree as a reference point. I'm standing about, there's the bottom of the tree right there, and I'm standing about 4 feet from it, okay? Now, coming from this tree to then turn around and look from this way, I'm still standing 4 feet from it. So what we want to do then is we want to walk 1, 2, 3. So I walked about, let's just say a little bit under 3 feet because my shoes are like 9.5 inches, right? So I'll just give it 3 feet. I walk 3 feet from that fucking spot right there, and the tree is 4 feet from that spot at the most, right? So I'm about, let's just say, I'm giving more, 3 feet away from that. And then if I was to walk from where I'm at right now to that tree, okay, to that tree right there, okay, that's a good 4 feet, let's just say. So let's walk there. 1, 2, 3, and run them right at 4, and on the other side of the trunk part of it, that's 4 feet, okay? Then what we're going to do from this one is walk 1, put 1 foot in front of the others. My feet are 9.5 inches long. So that's 18 inches. Okay, so that's about 1.5 feet. Okay? So why is this important? Now, I was resting at this spot on the night of July 6, 2022. It had just gotten dark out. And so we can assume, seeing where I'm at right now, okay, my head was literally right here. Okay? My head was right here. Okay, that's about 1 foot this way from where 2 of my feet are at. Oh, hold on, I almost fell. From where 2 of my feet are at 9.5 inches, right in front of each other, from the direction of this tree trunk that I just walked to, right? So the head was right here. So when you're laying flat on the ground, let's move over here and show you what I'm going to show you from that angle. So you're now down here concerning where I said the head was located at, right? Now, so if the head was located right here, and then you're facing this way, so that your face is literally facing the trunk, the direction of the trunk, the face is literally about right here. Okay, so look at the amount of feet between where the head was at and this tree trunk is at, right? Now then when you turn the phone and you look here, about less than 8 feet, 9 feet away is a cliff. It's a drop off. Okay? Now, let's take a look at this for a minute. Because as you're laying down, my head is very small. Okay? So as you're laying down on the ground, okay, and then the ground tapering off into a massive slope about 10 feet away. We'll say 10 feet. No more than 10 feet away. Okay? It's a massive slope down there. Right? Okay. So it's 10 feet from a slope, but you're still laying down. You'll understand this in a minute. So you're laying down, right? So if you're fucking laying down and you get hit in the face and in the mouth as you're laying down with directed energy weapons, as you're laying down, do you really think that they would be able to achieve something like that at that fucking massive distance between height and distance from that fucking hill? Just hear me out. Okay? Alright? Now, consider this. After I got hit in the head and face from that fucking direction, because my face and head, see, I was laying down here with my face looking this way, but yet turned this way as well. So the eyes and the face were facing like right here, you know, while the head was laying down because I was watching a movie on my phone. Okay? Right? Now, actually, I was watching a video on my phone. Okay? So my face was tilted towards this direction, and as soon as I laid down to watch that fucking video on my phone, from my SD card, I got hit in the mouth and in the face. I was also getting hit at the top of the head as it was facing the fucking road. Because that's how the direction that the top of the head was facing at the time. Okay? So I said, fuck this. It had just got completely dark out. Okay? So I said, fuck this. So I got up, and I was like on my knees at about right here. Okay? So I got up and I was on my knees about not even 2 full feet away from where the head was lifting at. And I looked up and I saw fucking light right over in there. Right fucking over in there. So now what I want to do right now is I'm going to show you a couple reference points here. Do you see this branch right here? Okay? And then do you see that one right there? Okay, so you got that one right there, and then you got this one right here. So now the lights that I saw were directly between these two fucking little branches here. It was right over up in there, in that general area over there. Now, you ask yourself one question. Even a child would not be confused about this. Hold on a second. Now, I want you to look at to see how fucking high up that hill is up there. As a red helicopter. Now I want you to look at, if you can possibly see it, how high that friggin' hill is up there. That hill is massive. Okay? Now, oh, it's massive. Absolutely. When I on the 7th, I took about 8 photos. So I could show in some photos if I could, I took the photos and I'm gonna snap screenshot them, send them to my email account. And I'm going to put them in my blog, which is massively sabotaged and mutilated by the perpetrators. So, using these sticks as reference points, because remember, the head was at ground level, because it was literally laying on the ground. And then I had the phone propped up on an angle so I could watch the movie. And I got hit in the face as soon as I lay down to watch it. As soon as I lay down to watch it, I got hit in the face. So I fucking got up. And when I got up on my knees, which I'm on my knees right now. Okay? And I looked up, and I was sticking my head out like this, and I looked up, and when I stick my head out like this, I was literally looking between these two branches. Okay? Even though it was dark, but that's literally how I was positioned. This just happened 2 nights ago. Okay? So don't think, I mean, this shit is like totally fresh in my memory. Absolutely. That's why I went through all these problems of walking the feet and measured and using those trees as reference points and everything, so I can show you the meticulous nature of this, right? So using these 2 sticks here, this one right here, okay, and then this one right here, I seen a white light flashing, a white light. It wasn't like, because you know how sometimes when it gets dark out and you might be at a wooded area or something, and if the wooded area it wasn't no background light of any light that was still in the environment. It was literally a pure white light, like a bright LED light. Oh, absolutely. I know the difference between Sometimes how you might be able to still see a portion of the sky that's somewhat little bit lit up at night. Okay, and if you see that little portion of the sky between the trees, okay, no, it was nothing like that. Plus, there's no sky over here because that whole fucking area over there is nothing but massive foliage and then the hills behind it. Okay, that's why I went on my way to explain to you how high how high that hill is. It's a massive property, right? Now, so when I got up and I'm on my knees right now in the same way I was that night. Okay, I was taking my phone and I said, this fucking shit, is it a drone? Because I watch a lot of fellow victims' testimonies on YouTube and on blogs and other very, very educated people, including investigators who investigate this crime. They're all saying drones are used, especially at night, right? Because I thought to myself, how the fuck could they hit me in the face while I'm laying on the ground when I'm in this type of area? So I fucking got up and I was literally on my knees. Okay, and so at the level of where I'm at while I'm on my knees with my phone in my hand in the same way that it was that night, I saw a fucking light come directly from that fucking spot right over there. Right fucking over there. Okay? So then, after I noticed it 4 times, I then decided to get up. So now I'm going to show you the area, because I made a video of this and caught him. And so now I'm explaining what was caught, so when you watch the video, once I put its link in this video's description box, once this one is uploaded, you'll be able to see that video, so you'll now have some references. So then I got up, and now I got back up just now, and so I'm going to show you where the rest of the video's imagery came from after I got up. Okay? So I got up, and then I walked back on the other side of this trunk that I just walked over to show you what I was doing over here. And I walked back over onto the other side of this trunk, and then I walked over here less than 2 feet, and stood right in front of this one. Now, let's look at where I'm at pertaining to this one. This one is an extension of the tree of this trunk that I just walked over. Okay? And then came back from. Right? This right here is it's less than 10 feet from that tree. That tree is where I started from. Okay? So, I got up, hopped over the trunk that night. Okay? And I literally moved right here, no more than 2-3 feet. During the first portion of the video once I got up. And then when I got up, I then looked over in here, I bent over a little bit, looked over in here, saw the light again, and then I saw a red light flashing. And these are like LED type lights. They're not fucking, for one, red lights ain't gonna appear fucking nowhere. Okay? And if you honestly think that I saw a red flower in the pitch dark, think again. This was a fucking actual light, and it was shining massively. Now, I don't know how well that red light was caught in the video, because I've only looked at the video 1.5 times since I made it and uploaded it. Okay? And this all just happened 2 nights ago. Alright? So then I bent over a little bit to try and see what I could fucking catch on my phone. Okay, and then that's when I noticed the white light again, twice, and then a red light. Okay? Absolutely. So then what I did was, I walked over about another foot, maybe a little bit less than 1.5 feet, and I bent back over. I bent back down, where I'm literally crouching down, okay? And then I just kept the phone on this area. A couple times I turned it, okay, and caught it again several times. It was moving a little bit, then it stayed in stationary position, then it moved again. And then there was another one coming from right over here as well, okay? Absolutely. Now, I've already looked when I left this property the next day, okay, in the morning. When I fucking looked, when I got up off the road, I got out my phone and I took fucking over 8 pictures of the entire length, okay, of this fucking hill up there. And when you see those fucking pictures, it's massive. It's fucking massive. And we're gonna see when I put those fucking photos and information on my blog, this video on my blog, the video that captured the drones, and the pictures of that fucking hill, we're going to see if on any and all dates, that information, this video, and those photos are used against me in court if they decide to stage an event against me at any time when I'm on this property, concerning any area on the property. Because they've already tried to set me up once pertaining to trying to claim why they knew I had videos online. SDPD did that back in 2012. Not concerning this property, but another one. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Using the dumbest ass, lamest bullshit excuse. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. So anyways, then I crouched down. And then when I crouched down, I held the phone in the portrait position, straight up. Okay, and caught the light at least 2 times, maybe 3. Okay? And then I kept scanning back and forth looking to try and catch the fucking red light. Okay? Then I started to try and catch it by turning the phone over on its side in the landscape mode. Okay? And then so what I did was I toggled back and forth between going back and forth, moving a little bit over to the left, moving a little bit over to the right, moving a little bit more up. Okay? Okay, trying to catch it. Caught it about 2 or 3 times and massively caught one over here in this direction. Now, I'm going to show you something right now. I never lifted this phone straight up in the air past the eyebrow level. Okay? Never did. Now, even if I did do that, which I'm absolutely know I didn't because I was watching all my behavior, okay? That still would not be able to capture anything coming from the hill because the hill is still way up there and all this fucking massive foliage, okay? Okay, would not allow me to see anything up off that hill. And you should also know, I'm at an area on this property, the area I'm at right now on this property, the closest house in that direction is at least 2.5 blocks away. And I think the only other house going in that direction is at least 1.5 blocks, 2 blocks away. Okay? This thing was caught, okay, concerning what I caught, was right in the same direction of the tip of my index finger that I'm pointing out right now. Okay? The fucking hill is way up there. Okay? Way fucking up there. I caught the light that I caught over here in the video, over here. Because you got to remember something about gang stalking. These wild, satanic, vicious, sadistic, depraved, demented, vile, maggot, rat-ass animal horrors who are committing this crime, literally killing people through slow kill torture, electromagnetic weapons, and direct energy weapons. And it's reported they got a whole slew of different platforms they operate through. Drones, helicopters, and planes being 3 of the main ones. Absolutely. As well as other things like cell towers, Glen towers, neighbors' homes. Okay, things that can be carried around in mobile vehicles, and even handheld devices. This is how sick this sick bitch amount of crime is. Make no fucking mistake about it. So what I did was, you gotta remember, I made that video at night. So you weren't able to see where I was catching the lights at. And so I'm making this video so this video can act as an explainer, detailing where the phone was being positioned at when these fucking lights were caught. Because think about it, if you're fucking laying down over there, your head is on the ground. That's ground level. Now, this fucking hill is at least 2,000, 3,000 feet up in the fucking air. So how the fuck can you get hit from the hill, the top of the hill, down to your fucking face as your face is horizontal on the ground? Okay? Because that fucking shit went right in my mouth and right on the outside of my mouth, in the mouth, and in the nose. Okay, and then when I got up and caught the lights were in perfect horizontal angle line to the direct part of where I got hit at in the face. Because the face, okay, so the head's there, but the face is facing this way and angled towards the hill because I was looking at the phone that was in front of me, right? Well, the face was facing that direction, and that's exactly where the fucking lights were caught. Okay, it's exactly where they were caught. So I'm going to show you one more time. I'm going to go back over this fucking trunk. I'm sorry about the language. I'm going to go back over the trunk, and I'm going to bend down, okay? And as I'm bending down, let's take a look at this real fast. I'm laying down, and now the phone is on the ground, okay? So picture this phone concerning where it's at angle-wise. Consider that being my face, because my face was facing the direction of over there. Because I was watching a video and the phone was on the ground that I was watching a video from. Okay? And it was angled just like this. Okay? Watching the video from the home screen. Right? So if the phone is angled like this, if I was to then lift it up in a straight way, what do you fucking see? You see right between these two things. And the fucking lights were caught right between them. I'm going to show you exactly where these fucking lights were caught. Okay? Now, let's see if I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but do you see, I'm trying to close one of my eyes. Now, alright, hold on. Alright, so do you see the very tip of my middle finger right now? Do you see that fucking branch? Okay? That's right at the end of it. The lights were caught right on the other side of it, probably about 10, 15, 20 feet away. Beyond it. That's exactly where they were at. Now, then when I got up, it appeared that they moved a little bit back further in. Now that's in perfect sync from where the fucking face was at. So meaning that if it was a drone, it was up at an elevated position and the beam came down and got me in the face. That's the fucking lulu. So let's take one more fast look at something else. The top of the head was facing this, was on the ground right here. This is exactly where the head was, okay? And the top of the head was facing the fucking road, okay? There's fucking condos all across that fucking street right there. And if they're using drones, they could have easily brought a drone up in here from that direction and or a physical person. Because the attack sign endured on the head came right before the attacks to the mouth and the nose. Okay? And that's what these fuckers like to do. They like to use combination attacks. So one attack creates one effect, and then the other attack creates an effect also in the head, because it's in the face, the nose, and the mouth, while they're attacking the brain from the top of it. Okay? So then all the effects kind of, or end up, creating one big, massive overall effect. Abso-fucking-lutely. Now, when I came over here to make this fucking video, the second I fucking walked over here, okay, I experienced an attack to the fucking right ankle, and right now I'm experiencing one to the chest. Okay? As it's facing that fucking direction. Okay? So I gotta get out of here. Okay? It could be coming from the back. Okay? From behind the chest. The back area that's behind the chest, on the back. So I gotta walk back over here to get out of this fucking area right here. Okay? This crime made me homeless. So a person's gotta do what a person's gotta do. Okay? So, and by the way, I was also being attacked before I started making this video as I was sitting here. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. So I wanted to make this video so you could have a in real time detailed explanation concerning exactly where this fucking phone was being shown on the night I made that video. Because the video that captured these lights, and you can clearly see their fucking lights, absolutely. The video that captured these lights was made in the dark. Now hold on a second, I gotta put on my earmuffs. Now, when I walked over there just now, from the beginning of the video to the time I just walked back over here, I was being saturated with this shit. Okay? Which might also strongly suggest that, well, what are gang stalking victims all over America saying? Many of them have said and exposed online that they're fucking finding transducers, emitters, antennas, okay, and other type of weird electrical boxes in and around their homes. Okay? So if you're fucking homeless and you go to an area and you use it more than once, especially if you use it and then leave to go get water or something and come back, that gives them more than enough time to fucking come on the property and put whatever these little wild whores might put on the property that might assist in creating what is known as electromagnetic nets, electromagnetic fields. This shit is all over the internet, exposed in tens and tens of thousands of posts, YouTube videos, face posts, tweets on Twitter. Hundreds of books are written about this demonic crime. Okay, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTube videos are made about this crime. This crime's been repeatedly covered on national radio shows. Doctors, scientists, and professors are exposing this crime and writing books about it. Abso-fucking-lutely. So do you really believe nothing's going on? See, because if a wild whore can kill you slowly through slow kill torture, through gang stalking crimes, from a remote distance, so they can make money off the health maladies that they intentionally induce and affect, and then make money off a third-party life insurance policy off you once they finally fucking kill you, do you think they wouldn't? Because that's what this fucking crime is all about. This crime is about subjugation, persecution, okay, making money off of the subjugation and persecution, its effects, okay, and then making money off the death, everywhere they can. It's about enslavement, it's about control, it's about torture, it's about murder, it's about experimentation, and it's about much, much more than that too. But when you get to this level of type of targeting, these are the, what's being reported are the details surrounding the educated knowledge that's on the internet. I made this video in order so that you can see exactly where this fucking phone was being held when those lights were caught on this fucking property 2 nights ago. And by the way, when you go into my blog, Okay, because usually my videos I explain where my blog's at. It's on my Twitter account profile. That Twitter account is at HIGGINSGGGG, Neo Exposing Truth. Okay, they're manipulating and mutilating that blog almost beyond to the point to where half of it's incomprehensible, purposely. So when you go into it, you say, this is all fucked up, I can't make heads or tails of it. They're doing it so you'll walk away. Why? Because they also know that there's massive evidence in the blog. And they also do it to force me to try and correct it. And in order for you to correct the descriptions of your victimizations, you got to proofread it. To proofread it, you got to not only proofread the crazy way that they manipulated it, which can cause massive neurological damage, because you're having to process the word salad way that they're fucking manipulating it. So you end up processing the word salad part of it in order to find where it's word saladed at to correct it. Then you're also forced to reprocess the description of the victimization again. Well, what is remote neural monitoring? What's one of the main sub-motives of remote neural monitoring? To force your brain to identify the description of your victimization. Yeah, these are sick, sadistic, filthy fucking whores. They will go to any and all lengths at any and all times to force the victim to notice any and all things that they intentionally prop up at any and all times, because that's what this fucking crime does. It's got to force the brain, okay, to experience the victimization. It goes out of its way to massively try and force the brain to describe the victimization. And Brian too, and many other doctors and scientists who have exposed this crime have exposed that that's done for the remote neural monitoring needs you to describe the details and the identification of the victimization, because it assists remote neural monitoring in the integration completion concerning the interfacing of remote neural monitoring to the victim related to neuronal processes. It's just how it works concerning what's reported. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, because you got to remember, these are sadistic whores. They will fucking go to any and all lengths to achieve any and all things that they're after, and they don't give a hold on. They don't give a flying crap about what efforts they got to go to achieve it, and about what they got to put the victim through to achieve it. Absolutely. Because think about it. Why would they fuck up your blog in the areas that, especially mainly in the areas that show your attempts that were, the areas of the blog that was dedicated to you describing your victimization, because they want you to reprocess how they fucked it up, in order to fuck up the brain neurologically pertaining to the descriptions, because they're doing it in a word salad way. Research how this crime tries to create artificial schizophrenia. Okay. Oh, absolutely. They're trying to lock the brain up by making the descriptions incomprehensible. The brain looks at it, can't comprehend it. While the brain's processing that, ultrasound is also processing it. And so research that. It's very sophisticated and very technical. So, all you have to do is just be patient in your investigation, and you'll eventually understand it. But that's why they're doing it. And they're doing it as well so that you'll walk away from it. When you're introduced to it, you go to it, you say, this shit's all fucked up, I can't make sense of it, and you walk away from it. Therefore, then, you don't end up seeing the resulting evidences in other parts of the blog that aren't fucked up. Okay? Then it also forces the victim to what? Reprocess the identification of the victimization in order to put it in the blog, and then that forces the brain to reprocess it, and then that's when remote neural monitoring does the integration completion. And the best way for remote neural monitoring to do the integration completion is to force the brain to repeatedly identify it. You went and identified it the first time in your first initial exposure. They fucked that up. That causes you then to have to redo it. Repetition is one of the biggest things that are going on in this crime. All right, I gotta let you go because I got stuff to do. Today's date is July 8, 2022. My name is Leslie Williams. Please say a prayer for my safety. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't hang around anybody at all, and never have, not even for a second, since I've been in San Diego and the state of California, since I arrived in San Diego in August of 2011, been gang stalked along every single one of my routes, every single day, and everywhere I've lived, non-stop. All right, I literally got to go. Have a good day. So when you see the video Because once I upload this, I mean, if I can't do it the same day I upload it, just go into the YouTube account you're in now and look at the video that shows a video being made at night where you see me say, I think there's drones on the property. And then watch that video closely. Now, this video, in reference to what I did when I was over there and showing you everything, that's how the phone was placed when I was capturing that shit. It was never fucking, lifted up towards the direction of the hill at any fucking time throughout that video. At any time. Because when I seen the lights then backed up what I was suspecting. Okay? That there were drones doing it. Because how other way could they fucking hit you in the head and in the face when the head and the face is on the ground? When the fucking hill is 2,000, 3,000 feet up in the air. Because if the face is on level on the ground, then they got to be somehow in sync with that face in order to hit the mouth, which was laying horizontally on the ground. And the nose. Because they went after the left side of the nose, and the left side of the nose was facing the ground. Now, you can't get you can get a laser light to go into a prism, so that laser light will then be reflected to go into a different direction. But do you really believe they're doing all that from the fucking hill? When it's already, because think about it, because we're already dealing with the crime that's widely, massively reported to be using drones, okay? And then they would still have to use thermal imaging from the hill to see exactly where my head's at in real time, and then try to calibrate it to hit the face. Think about what I'm saying, while using a prism for it. So you really think they're going to go through all that, or use something that's already in their arsenal, a fucking drone? Think about what I'm saying. You got to think about what I'm saying with common sense and then with critical thinking. Okay? Now, so what I showed you when I was fucking over there, that phone is the exact spots where these fucking lights were caught. The exact spots. And I wanted you to know it, so you were able to say, when you watch those videos, and you say, okay, I see what she's saying. Like when you see the video and you see me say, okay, I finally caught you motherfuckers, that was mainly referring to that area over there. But also when the phone was lifted just a little bit up on an angle, it was also concerning the direction when I pointed over in that way too. Okay? Nowhere near, not even nowhere, and you got to go way, 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 way up in order to even begin to look at the top of the hill. Okay? The lights were seen practically almost directly parallel to that fucking area. Okay? The only one that was a little bit elevated was the one that was over towards that direction. The main ones that I saw that were concerning the ones that were closest to me were right motherfucking over there. Right over there. Okay? And I'm holding this phone directly horizontally right now. Okay? I'm holding it in a direct, even just like if you were resting it up evenly on an iron board. Okay? It was right motherfucking there. Right fucking there. So always remember that. Because these sick bitch wild whores ain't nothing but lying animals. Alright, I literally got to let you go, and I do sincerely apologize for the language. I got to go because I got stuff to do. Everybody have a good day out there and stay safe. Oh, by the way, I wanted to, so I did tie off that statement concerning, I haven't hung around anybody, not even for a second, since I've been in San Diego, since arriving in San Diego from Connecticut in August of 2011, because I know that intimate infiltration and social infiltration is a method of gang stalking. And they do that in order to suck you up into fake relationships so they can then set you up, including setting you up for rapes, staged events that lead to arrest, robberies, the whole fucking 9 yards. These people are fucking animals, man. They're fucking absolute animals. Absolutely. But you need to educate yourself about this crime, my fellow American citizens, because it's an epidemic in America. It's going on in every state, county, city, town, and neighborhood, and it's going on in every environment you can think of. Okay? All right, have a good day. I gotta let you go.